Hey there, ghost lovers and curious minds. Welcome to Reno's World Podcast. I'm your host, Reno Rains, and today we're diving headfirst into the chilling mystery of the Conjuring House. We're breaking down the myths, sifting through spine-tingling ghost stories, and getting to the very bottom of this haunted legend. So stick around, hit that like button, subscribe for more paranormal deep dives, and leave your thoughts in the comments below. Let's get this eerie journey started. In the heart of rural Rhode Island, the Conjuring House has earned its infamous reputation as one of America's most haunted landmarks. Built in the 18th century, this weathered farmhouse has become a magnet for paranormal enthusiasts, ghost hunters, and skeptics alike. Its creaking floorboards, drafty corridors, and time-worn charm set the stage for a dizzying array of ghost stories that have been passed down through generations. Ghostly claims and the Perron family haunting. The legend of the Conjuring House skyrocketed when the Perron family moved into the property in 1971. Soon after settling into the 14-room farmhouse, family members began reporting chilling experiences that would later become the backbone of the paranormal narrative. According to first-hand accounts, the family encountered inexplicable phenomena such as doors that creaked open by themselves, unexplained footsteps echoing through empty hallways, and objects, like brooms and books, seemingly moving on their own. The Perron daughters, in particular, recounted vivid encounters with full-bodied apparitions and shadow figures roaming the halls at night. One daughter claimed that a spectral presence, later identified as Bathsheba Sherman, seemed to dominate the house's energy. Bathsheba's story, as told by the Perrons, is filled with harrowing details. She is said to have been a witch who once lived on the property in the 19th century, accused of sacrificing her infant to dark forces and then taking her own life in a fit of torment. These ghostly legends, woven from family recollections and local lore, quickly spread, infusing the house with an aura of terror that would soon capture national attention. Paranormal investigators and documented seances. The eerie occurrences in the Conjuring House eventually attracted the attention of renowned paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren. Summoned by the Perron family's desperate pleas for help, the Warrens conducted a series of investigations that included staged seances and meticulous recordings of anomalous phenomena. During one particularly dramatic seance, eyewitnesses reported that Carolyn Perron, once the skeptic of the family, suddenly became possessed, her voice shifting to an unearthly timbre as she spoke in tongues. Witnesses even claimed that objects levitated and that Carolyn's chair was hurled across the room as if guided by an unseen force. Over the years, multiple paranormal teams and independent investigators have visited the property. Visitors report encounters ranging from the sudden appearance of a shadowy figure in an upstairs bedroom to the persistent, cold sensation that seems to emanate from dark corners of the house. Some ghost hunters have even captured brief flickers of orbs and unexplained light phenomena on their cameras. Although these incidents are often dismissed by skeptics as mere tricks of light or the product of an overactive imagination, they have become integral parts of the Conjuring House's narrative. The evolution of ownership. Ownership of the Conjuring House has played a critical role in the unfolding of its ghostly lore. After the Perron family departed the farmhouse in 1980, the property passed through several hands before emerging as a focal point of paranormal tourism. In the late 2010s, paranormal enthusiasts Corey and Jennifer Heinzen acquired the house. Their tenure marked a transition from a private residence to a venue designed for ghost tours and overnight investigations. The Heinzens embraced the eerie reputation of the home and allowed visitors to experience the haunting firsthand, further amplifying the legends through social media and word of mouth. The next significant chapter began when Boston-based developer Jacqueline Nunez purchased the property in 2022. Nunez, a self-described believer in the supernatural, has maintained that the house's energy is too potent to allow year-round residency, hence her decision never to live there. Under her stewardship, the farmhouse now operates as a commercial haunted attraction. Day tours and overnight stays are available for ghost enthusiasts, and the property is outfitted with paranormal investigative equipment to capture every inexplicable sound and shadow. Despite controversies surrounding management and the authenticity of some ghost hunting methods, Nunez remains the public face of the Conjuring House, championing its status as a bastion of paranormal history. Modern-day encounters and visitor experiences. Visitors today continue to report eerie phenomena that echo the early accounts of the Perron family. Many claim that the atmosphere within the house remains charged with a palpable, inexplicable energy. Some visitors have described moments when clocks inexplicably stop at the same time every night, or when a sudden, bone-chilling cold sweep passes through a room with no discernible cause. Others have witnessed objects falling from shelves or caught fleeting images of spectral figures in reflective surfaces. The collective testimony from guests and paranormal tour guides has transformed the Conjuring House into a living repository of ghost stories that both terrify and fascinate. Local media outlets have often highlighted these experiences, with interviews from longtime residents and employees echoing a mixture of wonder and trepidation. While some claim that the house's paranormal reputation is merely an elaborate hoax designed to attract tourists, the sheer volume of consistent reports over decades suggests that there is more at play than simple fabrication. Critical analysis, separating fact from folklore. As we shift into the analytical phase of this investigation, it is essential to weigh the amassed evidence against alternative explanations. The ghost stories associated with the Conjuring House are undoubtedly captivating and steeped in historical lore, yet critical examination reveals several potential pitfalls and inconsistencies. Testing the claims. First, much of the documented evidence relies on personal testimonies and anecdotal reports. Eyewitness accounts, while compelling, are inherently subjective and can be influenced by psychological factors such as suggestion, the power of expectation, and even environmental factors, e.g. natural drafts, creaking wood, or low lighting. For instance, the chilling sensation of cold spots might be explained by the age and construction of the house rather than by paranormal activity. The dramatic events described during seances and the alleged possession of Carolyn Perron, although sensational, lack corroboration by independent, controlled observations. These events were typically witnessed only by the family and paranormal investigators, whose methods are often criticized for lacking scientific rigor. The reliance on unverified recordings and personal accounts makes it difficult to definitively separate genuine phenomena from misinterpretations or even intentional exaggerations. Ownership and the commercialization of the haunting. The transition of the Conjuring House from a family home to a commercial attraction has also added layers of complexity. Under the ownership of paranormal enthusiasts and commercial operators such as the Heinzens and later Jacqueline Nunez, the narrative of the haunting has been amplified. This raises the question of potential bias. When financial incentives are at stake, there exists a strong motivation to embellish or even fabricate ghost stories to attract visitors. While many visitors and staff firmly believe in the authenticity of their experiences, the commercial pressures may lead to selective storytelling and a reinforcement of legends that benefit the bottom line. Additionally, controversies and disputes regarding staff management, as reported by various media outlets, have further muddied the waters. Allegations of mismanagement and questionable investigative practices cast doubt on the consistency and objectivity of the ghost hunting activities at the property. In an environment where sensational claims can generate significant revenue, it becomes challenging to discern whether the paranormal experiences reported are genuinely inexplicable or are partly engineered to sustain a profitable tourist attraction. Skeptical perspectives. Skeptics argue that many of the phenomena attributed to the Conjuring House can be explained by mundane causes. Structural anomalies common in old houses, such as settling foundations, unusual acoustics, and the presence of natural drafts, can easily give rise to reports of creaking, slamming doors, and shifting objects. Moreover, human memory is notoriously unreliable, and collective recollections can be inadvertently shaped by cultural narratives and media portrayals, especially given the overwhelming influence of the Conjuring films. Critical inquiry also notes that while paranormal investigators like Ed and Lorraine Warren were fervent in their beliefs, many of their methods and conclusions have not withstood scientific scrutiny. The lack of controlled experiments, reproducible evidence, and rigorous documentation under standardized conditions means that much of the proof for supernatural occurrences remains circumstantial at best. Final evaluation: a tapestry of mystery and marketing. In conclusion, the factual narrative of the Conjuring House is as rich and layered as the ghost stories it has spawned. The accounts from the Perron family, the subsequent investigations by the Warrens, and the modern-day experiences of visitors all contribute to an enduring legend that is as much a product of historical mystery as it is of modern commercialization. While the tales of spectral apparitions, malevolent entities like Bathsheba Sherman, and other unexplained phenomena are deeply woven into the fabric of the house's history, critical analysis reveals that much of the evidence is open to alternative, non-paranormal interpretations. Based on the available information, it is true that the Conjuring House is steeped in a fascinating history of reported paranormal activity, and that its ghost stories have had a significant cultural impact. However, the claim that these phenomena are definitively supernatural remains unproven and is likely influenced by a combination of natural explanations, psychological effects, and commercial motivations. Thus, while the ghost stories and legends are captivating, a skeptical, evidence-based approach suggests that the supernatural interpretation is more a reflection of human fascination with mystery than a conclusive demonstration of paranormal reality. All right, ghost hunters and truth seekers, that's a wrap for today's chilling dive into the mystery of the Conjuring House on Reno's World podcast. I'm your host, Reno Raines. Thanks for riding this eerie wave with me. If you enjoyed our journey into the paranormal, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe for more spine-tingling stories, and leave a comment sharing your thoughts and experiences. Until next time, keep your eyes open, your mind curious, and remember, the world is full of mysteries waiting to be unraveled. Stay spooky, everyone.